Hello everyone. So when I was 14, I thought it'd be a good idea with a couple of my mates to go to Birmingham to watch Paul that just come out. Paul, film about an alien with Simon Pegg and Nick Frost and obviously and Seth Rogen does the alien voice, and it's just awesome. Obviously I didn't know that at the time because I hadn't seen it. So we all went to Birmingham. We were going to go to the Odeon to see it. We were all well aware that we were underage to see the film. It was a 15 and we were 14, so I think I was pretty morally okay, like inside, with seeing a 15. Yeah, I was pretty okay with it. But anyway, as 3 14-year-olds, we'd all said, if they ask us our age, because we didn't look particularly old, just say you're 15, or if they ask for your birthday, just say your birthday, but a year before. It's a pretty obvious system. So we walked into the Odeon in Birmingham because we got there without Google Maps, which I have now. Hey. And it came time to be served at the place and for the woman to say, how old are you? And she gave us a little bit of a judgmental look, because I'm sure we probably looked about 12. But anyway, she gave us this look, and one of my friends said 14. And that was at the point where a little bit of my heart just went boop, just because I didn't think we were going to get to see the film. And then the woman smiled and I was like, oh, is she actually going to be okay? Is she just going to let us in because we're 14 and it's a 15? She said, you can't see the film. I think if it were now and I was in that situation, I'd maybe argue a little bit. But we all walked out the cinema, both me and the other friend, hating the one person who said 14 when we said, say, 15. We had a discussion about it on the way to remember to say 15 because we were that worried about it. That is not where the journey ends, no. We thought, oh, we'll go see a different one. And even though I live quite close to Birmingham, well, I live pretty much in Birmingham, I'm awful with directions, absolutely terrible. But we knew that the IMAX was at Millennium Point, so we trekked on over there, which is quite a long walk, and we had to just use something that we could see in the distance because we didn't know like the quickest route. So after that long, arduous journey, we got to the IMAX and picked up one of the leaflets and had a look, and we couldn't see Paul on there. And then we went to the front desk and said, are you showing Paul? He said no. We didn't think to look ahead. No, we had phones and stuff, we didn't think to look ahead. We just assumed that the IMAX would be playing Paul. It didn't. But no, that isn't the end of the journey. We still wanted to see Paul. I guess this is kind of a story about hope and, you know, aspiration, because we really wanted to see this film. Anyway, we walked to a different cinema, which I forget the name of, probably because I'm taking a lot of this from a memory because it was such a long day. But we went to a different cinema, another long trek away, probably I think it's the other side of Birmingham. And we went in there, and the problem with this one is that we got there, he said, how old are you? And I said, 15. I didn't say it like that, I didn't say it as much of a twat like that. I said, oh, I'm 15. And then he said, oh, do you have any proof of your age? And I said, no. And he turned us away. It was at this point that my brain was literally exploding, because we knew that an hour and a half earlier, if the first friend had just said 15, we would be watching Paul, right? In fact, we'd be pretty close to finishing Paul by now. That wasn't the end of the journey. No, there was still a little smidge of hope. We went back in the sort of lobby place, or whatever you call it, in the cinema, and we grabbed a map and we saw that there was another cinema nearby called the AMC. And when I say nearby, it kind of was close, but I didn't even kind of know this type of Birmingham. This part of Birmingham. Neither did that friend, neither did the friend who said 15. 14. See, I've just got 15 in my head. But anyway, so I didn't know this part, so I took it. For some reason I just thought, oh, we could just take a taxi, that won't cost a lot. So 3 14-year-olds, in fact one of us was 13, got in this taxi, and he must have drove the longest way around because it cost us at least 15 quid, ironically 15 quid, just to get to the cinema. We walked in the cinema and we had another discussion. I even said, to make us look a bit older, let's take our feet slightly out of our shoes and then just stand on the tiptoes, because we all had long trousers, and make us look taller, hence make us look older. That was an actual idea of mine. Kind of shit, but there you are. In any case, I walked straight through the doors of the AMC. I looked at my man right in the eye and said, 3 tickets for Paul, please. He said, all right. I don't know if it's ever happened to you, but when you're just sort of standing there normally, but in your head, you're screaming with excitement. So I was just sort of standing there like this. Thank you. So we did it after so long and so much walking and taxis and money. He said that Paul was playing and we were allowed to see it. But that wasn't the end of the journey, because it wasn't showing for another half an hour. So we went just adjacent to the bowling crappy place and had a pizza, which was massively overpriced. I didn't pay for that because I paid for the taxi, but that's irrelevant. Well, sort of half the taxi, that's irrelevant. So we went back in the cinema, we gave our tickets to the guy, and we walked straight through to Paul, and it looked like it already started, which was a bit weird. And it turns out it was an hour in, because when we gave the tickets to the guy, he sent us to the wrong Paul. But then we came back out and we said, that's not right, or something a little less twattish than that. And he said, oh, okay, just go to that one then. That one, the right one, okay, we'll go to that. We sat down and we watched Paul. It was worth it.